Hey guys, welcome back to the Frying Pan Podcast. You know it, you love it. Pop culture, we talk about that. Sometimes it's me. My name is Daniel, and I'm here with my good buddy, my co-host, 6'5", 200 pounds, pure muscle.
Robert, me. It's me. I'm 6'5", 200 pounds, pure muscle.
I feel like that's actually probably underweight for being 6'5", but regardless.
Yeah, not a lot of muscle, but still pure muscle.
Yeah, I mean it'd be like 0% body fat.
I have bird bones. I can fly as well.
Okay, he's just a superhero.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Another week. Now, you may be wondering, hey guys, is this episode 93? Because I remember last week you were saying all episode that was episode 93. Well, shut up. Because this one's 93. And
Yeah, we can do simple math.
yeah, well, you know, you miss a week, it throws you off. We're just kind of chalked up to like, oh yeah, we did one last week, right? Because, you know, you do it enough times, it just feels like it happened. Essentially. But
Yeah, I can agree to that.
yeah. Anyways, how are you, my friend? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I've been working from home. Well, not my home, but one of my boss's homes. He's like, all right, here's like an open office. Go in there and do the calls and everything. I'm like, all right, cool. And I have to say, that gets me like a weird type of person, like working out of the office. Because like, I'm still professional, but because I'm in like a home office, like, I'm just a little bit more weird with how I am on the phone. Like, for instance, someone picked up the phone with just a New York accent. And, like, I just matched that instantly. No clue why. I just felt like it. So I did. Would never do that in the office. But because I was there, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's just, like, little weird things like that that, like, I just kind of hoped him in the other room in his office didn't really hear.
I got you. So, like, if someone starts speaking Spanish, do you reciprocate with Spanish, or...
Well, that hasn't happened. Actually, no. I did have one person that was like very, very little English. And I don't even think that's proper grammar. He spoke very little English, and I managed to get that he wanted like 30 or 40 windows, and that he was very firm on the idea that he wanted to portray. That is about it. And I was like, all right, sir, I will put you in the schedule as a callback. And, like, in reality, there's not going to be a callback. Like, I'm sorry. If random Spanish dude, if you're somehow listening, I'm sorry. You're not going to receive that callback. It's not going to work, man.
You know...
I can't do it.
Yeah, you know, like, I would call you out, but I've definitely done, like, similar things. So I completely understand where you're coming from.
Well, because, like, we got awfully far into, like, me figuring out what he wanted, but then I had to realize, like, there's so much other stuff that, like, if it's a confirmed deal, that I'd then have to digest and communicate and process. I don't have the time for that.
Well,
So,
yeah. I was gonna say, argumentatively, you do because it's your job, but at the same time, no one's got
Well-
fucking time for that, man.
well, that's the thing, though, like, for the job, it'd probably be more cost efficient if I was like, all right, so I'm just going to call the 10 other people it would take for me to sit here and slowly try and translate what you're saying instead.
No, I definitely remember, like, being a teenager and picking up the phone, and, like, people would be asking for something, and I had no fucking idea what they were talking about, so I'd either be like, let me get someone that knows what they're doing, or if they were busy, I'd be like, can we call you right back, or something of that nature, and, well, they didn't get the call back. And I just kind of hope that they'd call back, and, like, someone else would get the phone. But, I don't know, maybe that's shitty of me.
I don't think so. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, as long as it's not like you're not like a 911 operator, you know, like...
Oh my god, could you imagine? Dude, I bet you any money that's happened.
It has. There's been a few cases of 911 operators going to jail because, like, they just pick up the phone and then hang it up. There was, like, a crazy case where this lady, like, I think I can't remember if it was a percentage or a number, but like I think it was close to like 40% of her calls she just hung up on.
That's fucked, honestly.
But it was in like a random town, I think in like the Mississippi, Missouri, like that kind of Midwestern area.
Oh, I mean,
so like I'm sure like it probably like I don't know if it resulted in any deaths or anything, but still, it has happened.
well, I'm pretty sure Missouri is like the meth capital of the U.S., so she was probably just like, well, 90% of the calls are probably just about meth heads, so
I don't think you can rationalize being a 911 operator and not answering the phone.
that's why I'm not a 911 operator.
Fair. I mean, apparently those guys get like extreme counseling and like a lot of benefits because like their job actually just fucking hammers them mentally.
I mean, it's a pretty traumatic job. Like, it's definitely a job that like I could not do unless I was like well in my life, I guess, if that makes sense.
I'd have to be very dead on the inside, but I would also have to magically be a person that doesn't internalize things.
That's see, I don't think that like on the dead on the inside. It probably had to be like I'd care too much, you know?
Well, that's kind of like what I mean. Like I would internalize everything, so like it would like I'd just be freaked out. I'd be like, I hear the voices still.
Oh God.
Like all dramatic and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like another interesting thing was like we were like, okay, what do we want to do for dinner? And we came to the logical conclusion of just picking up sushi and, you know, bringing it back. And he goes and gets it, comes back with a ton of sushi. Like I don't know if this man thought there was like 6 of us, but there wasn't. And not only that, but 4 bottles of sake. And sake is like, I think it's, I'm not sure what it exactly is. I think it might be like rice wine or fermented rice, I think it is maybe. But it's Japanese alcohol. And let me tell you, it's really alcohol.
Yeah.
I was very drunk because, like, I admit, I could have been like, nah, I'm good. Like, I don't need another one. But, like, at the same time, like, being in a position where your boss is offering you another drink and you're just trying to, like, kind of kiss up to the boss enough just to show that, like you, like, appreciate, you know, like, because he bought the dinner, he, like, you know, bought me lunch, so I just wanted to, like, I don't know, show that I was cool, in a way. Anyways, 4 bottles of sake later, like, I was just like, okay, I'm glad I didn't drive myself. Like,
Your boss sounds like the popular kid in high school that you're trying to, like...
No, he was just being really kind.
No, like, in your eyes,
Oh.
it sounds like...
Well, I guess, yeah. I don't know. First
I mean,
few week things.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool, though. It's a nice gesture, obviously.
Yeah, and the sushi was phenomenal. I loved everything I had. Like, loved it.
Nice. I've never been a big sushi guy.
It's been growing on me a lot. The more I try, the more I appreciate it.
Fair enough.
And then, my last thing about my week, I don't know why I'm monologuing about myself for so long. More like because I haven't talked to, like, a friend, like, you know what I mean? Like, a friend in a while. It's been, like, mostly work proximity associates.
Yeah.
So, like, anyways, I was doing some boxing for some exercise this week. Because, like, I tried running the last couple weeks leading up to this week, and God, I was dying in the heat. Even though it's been quite nice here lately for running weather, I just haven't been feeling it. Like, my knees hurt. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't hitting the bag with gloves on, but the bag is kind of worn in enough to where, like, you know, it doesn't completely damage my knuckles or anything like that. Like, it's not uncomfortable to hit bare knuckles. But the thing is I hit it on the side, so my hand went past the bag but still hit it. It totally skinned my knuckle on, like, my right middle finger.
Ooh.
Or the knuckle below that one. So like it stings so bad. So if you hear me wince in pain, it's probably because I tapped it on the desk by accident.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Because in like it might be like a swear under the breath or whatever. I don't know why. It's just so sensitive, and it's in a spot that I can't like cover with a band-aid. The band-aid just keeps falling off. I'm so annoyed.
I mean, like, I guess small price to pay, but ultimately it is your fault.
I know. It is. It definitely is.
Just wear
But
the
like,
gloves. Just wear the gloves, Donnie.
well, because I just took the gloves off. Because you know, like 16-ounce gloves, like when you take them off, man, you feel so fast.
That's true. No, I can agree with that, actually.
Like, it's like, oh shit, who can punch like this? Not me.
Well,
And it's just because, like, you were punched with fucking a pound of weight on the end of your hands, you know?
Yeah.
That may not sound like a lot, but shit, when you've been holding them up for 20 minutes striking, it definitely does.
Yeah, boxing is such a fun workout.
Oh yeah, it's like a weird kind of cardio too, you know? I'm like sitting there panting.
Yeah.
I was doing kick drills and I freaking like I hit the top of my foot wrong, and I just remember I spun around so fast because I was like just trying not to scream because it was like 7 in the morning, and I'm just like, okay. And in reality, I couldn't scream if I wanted to because I was so out of breath, like so out of breath.
It's a whole new world for you, my friend.
It is. It really do be.
But glad you're getting into boxing. Would you do like actual sparring, or you just like hit in the bag?
Well, that's what we're working our way up to. But like the guy that is teaching me like was a pro, so like I'm kind of like, hey man, at least give me enough training to where you're not just gonna fucking pummel me. And he's like, oh, I wouldn't pummel you, dude. Obviously, I'd go easy. And I'm like, but like, you know what I mean. I've seen the way you strike. Like, I'm not trying to have the breath knocked out of me fucking before the sun's up. You feel?
True. A little
So
early.
like, I'll get there, but I don't see that for at least another couple months, maybe. We do light sparring with like 30% power, 40% power, where we just try to get taps in and like work on footwork and stuff. That's pretty fun.
Nice. Good to hear.
Yes, sir. How was your week?
Same old, man. Really nothing interesting. That'll do anything.
I understand. I've somehow managed to find a decent bit of stuff to do, like, during this time that's not, like, actually going out in public, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. I mean, my day just consists of do what I gotta do in the morning, go work out, and then come back, play games, eat food, call it a day. It's all it is.
I mean, honestly, that's a solid day, though.
Yeah, I mean, I can't complain, obviously. Like, I'm fortunate that I have a place to work out, obviously. 'Cause I'm still getting charged by Planet Fitness, by the way. And
yeah, I just did. I'm considering calling them and being like, hey, I need you to refund me this because I clearly haven't been there, and you never told me you were going to start paying me again.
no, you can't do it over the phone. You have to go in.
Yeah, they're not gonna make me. I'll raise a new kind of hell, Daniel Sear.
Yeah, if you want to be a Karen, man, you can pop off all you want, but
I'll be a total Kevin on these guys.
Is Kevin the equivalent of Karen, or?
I don't know. It's like both start with a K. Like, what would be the actual?
I don't know. I feel like a Mark, but
Mark. That's pretty good. I don't know. Like, honestly, I think Karen just fits because like I never thought of Karen before it became a meme as like the quote like the super bitch name, you know?
yeah, it's a tragedy because my mom's old boss, who they were friends, and she's a very nice lady. Her name is Karen, so
That's tragic.
yeah, I hope she's doing well.
I don't think I've ever met a Karen.
I wouldn't say it's a common name. I don't think it's one of those names that I feel like people don't name their kids anymore.
That's definitely true. Like, I haven't met that many Carols like, in my time.
Yeah, or like a Donna. I don't know.
Donna, that's a good one.
There's plenty.
Yeah, Paula.
Paula. Yeah. Yeah. I'm around. I'm around for Paula. One name people don't name their kids anymore is Ellen.
So, like, what the hell happened
So
with her? Like, do you know this rundown? Because all of a sudden, I just saw pictures of Ellen. Ow! Sorry. I just punched the desk. I just saw pictures of her, like, severely crying on the internet, and I was so confused.
Well, apparently news has gotten out that working at the Ellen Show is, like, one of the worst jobs you can work.
Why? They had the Damn Daniel guy on there.
I know. Well, he was just a guest. Apparently the guests enjoy it, but, like, producers and people who work behind the scenes say it is, like, just an awful environment, and it's really shitty. And I guess, like, 3 producers that were there for a while left, and then she was very upset and crying about it. And it's like, well, Ellen, there's probably a reason they're leaving. I don't know.
Well, was, like, the reason her? Like, how much control did she have over this?
I'm not entirely sure. I know it was like there was accusations of racial insensitivity and apparently sexual misconduct, and then like other shit. But regardless, not a good place to work. So
apparently there was a rumor that staffers and guests were told not to address her or even look her in the eye if they encountered the host of the set or at any of the offices on the Warner Bros. Lot. But she called it crazy and not true. And although she also described herself as an introvert, she apologized to anyone who felt disregarded, according to multiple sources.
You know, I could
Interesting.
I could totally see her being the person of like, don't look in my direction. Like she'll have somebody shot. I don't know. I mean, regardless, unlucky, I guess. You hate to see it. I always thought Ellen was fine. I thought Ellen was like one of the people where it was like, hey, nothing bad's gonna come out from Ellen, but.
My mom used to like her radio station on, like, XM or whatever back when I was a kid. I remember I used to get, like, moderately, like, 12-year-old me used to be moderately suicidal in the back of the car, like, why the fuck am I listening to Ellen? Please, I'm a 12-year-old boy. Please, Mom. And she's like, I like this segment. And I'm like, this is why I have issues. Yeah. The speakers are next to my head.
Oh, fuck. But then, I guess, like, clips were surfacing of, I can't remember. Her first name's Sophia, like, Sophia Vargas? Is that how you pronounce it? You know what I'm talking about?
Sofia Vergara?
Is that what it is?
The girl from Modern Family?
Yeah.
Yes, Sofia Vergara.
Yeah, apparently there was, like, clips of her going on the Ellen Show, and Ellen was, like, making fun of her accent. And it was just kind of, like, borderline racist, but...
Oh?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair... Oh, well, I'm not going to be fair, because I don't know what she said, but she does get made fun of for her accent a lot. Like, there was that... I don't know if you ever seen, like, celebrities read mean tweets ever.
Yeah.
But, like, she has, like, a popular line of someone saying, like, she sounds like she's got a explicit in her mouth, and then, like, she had a pretty fire response to that, so, like, I'm sure she has got it a decent bit.
Yeah, and I imagine, but it's also something that, like, hey...
Yeah, like, if it's racist, that's not good. Like...
But, I mean, regardless, don't work at the Ellen Show. And apparently, like, it's, like, a known thing for people that, like, go to work in, like, Hollywood or do any form of production that they always get told, like, hey, don't work for the Ellen Show. You'll hate yourself. So.
Really?
Yeah, I learned that out recently. So, have fun with that. But also shout out to the people that left because they figured they deserve better.
Well, I'm sure they did.
Yeah. I don't know. It's also the picture of this article that Ellen... It's like a picture of Ellen with like a deadpan stare. And then when you read the, like, people can't look at her, it definitely, you know... You can definitely see it.
I mean, I never want to believe, though, that, like... No matter, like, how big your head is, like... Like, I joke when I say, like, don't make eye contact with me, don't look at me. But, like... Like, I wonder what you have to be categorized psychologically to, like, really think that that's proper. Like, that like, your status allows for another human to not have the right to look at you, you know what I mean? Like, how so self-absorbed, narcissistic do you have to be to where that's like... Because, like, but the thing is that defies logic, you know? Like, this isn't, like, the 1500s, you know? Because, like, if Ellen just told me not to look at her, and I keep making fucking dead eye contact with her, I'm just gonna lose my job or whatever the fuck. But, like, back then, you get fucking drawn and prodded, you know? Like... it wouldn't like there'd be actual negative repercussions. Nowadays, like, I'll just keep making eye contact with you and you're gonna have to do something about it, but like, if you're Ellen, what the hell does that mean?
I mean, dude, you know, maybe Ellen's been in boxing lately. What if, like, Ellen just kind of like, all right, that's it, and then runs up on you and, like, one punch, you die.
Well, I'm saying, like, she can't even look at her security and be like she could be like, hey, remove this dude, but like, she can't be like, kill this guy, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna keep looking at you, but like, you know, that's all I can say.
I'm just saying, like, if I want to keep looking at Ellen, I can keep looking at Ellen. It's just kind of weird. I don't think I want to look at Ellen, I'll be honest with you. Okay. I was gonna say the other big thing that happened recently is, I guess, it's Fortnite versus Apple and Google at the moment, which is interesting to me. I guess, Epic Games, they make Fortnite. They're kind of mad at Apple because Apple has, like, a monopoly on the App Store, which there's millions of different monopolies, but even though monopolies shouldn't or aren't allowed to be a thing, they are everywhere. But hey, it's whatever. Who cares, right?
Wait, so like, was it Fortnite that's mad at Apple and Google, or is it Google and Apple that's mad at Fortnite?
It was, so Fortnite, they, like, put a permanent discount on the, like, in-game currency they had, and Apple, I think, like, didn't oblige to it, so Fortnite took their game off of Apple, and I'm pretty sure iOS, and Apple's mad that they can't monetize off it anymore.
Oh.
So it was, like, a whole debacle, and then I guess Fortnite put out a video that was supposed to... It was the same... They, like, copied an ad that Apple did back in, like, 1984, which was because back then, like, IBM was popular, so they made, like, oh, get rid of monopolies, and now Apple is the equivalent to what IBM was, so Fortnite's like, get rid of monopolies. So it's a big old hootenanny right now, and I guess they're suing. Be a few months till we hear about that, but it's very interesting shit.
Huh. It seems like Apple and Google were, like, they 30% was their fee on their transactions. That's actually crazy. I understand that. Like, as much as I don't like Epic Games, and as much as I don't like Fortnite for, like, how monetized it is for being a free game, at the same time, that's a lot. Like, basically, they're saying, like, every purchase on this app is 30% ours, when on console and PC, it's like 100% theirs.
Yeah, I don't know what, like, I guess the industry norm would be of taking a percentage, but 30 feels like a lot.
Well, it is a lot just because, like, most things, it's not like you have to pay to be on the App Store, right? Like, if anything, it's traffic for Apple as well, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that was just, like, that's just a greedy figure in itself. But like you said, I don't really know the industry standard on prices like this.
Yeah. And like I'm in the same boat. Like, I don't like Epic Games because their shit always gets hacked, and like I've had friends just like lose money just because Epic Games doesn't realize it.
That's me, man.
Yeah, you and a couple other friends. But I mean, like, I'm fully on board with this. Like, Apple kind of does have a monopoly in terms of, like, phones and obviously App Store, but there's, like, the iOS Store, too. Or,
I mean, but...
Android.
Yeah, but it's more... It's more like an oligonomy or whatever the hell it's called. Though, because it's not... Like, Monopoly really is one company, is like the sole domination of the scene, but like when there's a few, I think it's like OLG Opoly or something, Oglopoly or some shit. I can't remember the exact word, but like those are technically fine. As long as Android devices like Motorola, LG, and Google, even Samsung, as long as all those companies don't go under, it's never going to be an actual monopoly.
Yeah.
That would be like constitutionally broken down.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, but it does have like a pretty significant stranglehold in terms of everything. Like, I wouldn't call it a monopoly, but I would say there's definitely a greater amount of it.
Well, yeah, but more or less, monopoly just implies that it's your only option, so you have to pay what they want you to pay because it's the only option. Like, that's the only... Like, I know I just said the same thing, but, like, that's literally it. Like, if it's a monopoly, if you literally have no other option.
Yeah, it's like Eversource in our area.
Yeah, or, like, people make the cases that, like, big, like, telecommunications companies, like Comcast, Cox, AT&T, like, they shouldn't be able to buy territories and have the rights for territories, like, for them to work in, because technically that means that people living in a certain area only have that option, you know?
Yeah.
But the way they get around it is, like, so, like, Cox has the territory that I live in, right? Same, I think, for you. Mm-hmm. But, like, they also allow a company called, like, Frontier to operate in the area. So they technically don't have a monopoly, but Frontier is so shit in comparison, there's no other reason to go with Cox. But the thing is, it's not, like, so shit that you can make the case that it's not a functioning product or service.
Yeah, it's really, like, hindering on the borderline right there, and it's...
Oh, yeah, it's really a knife's edge, but yeah, exactly. The unfortunate part is a case could never be built with the current laws and regulations that we have set.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could make the same case for, like, Amazon and shit like that, but we won't get into that because we don't have to. We probably have before anyways. But regardless, I don't know. I found this just pretty interesting. That, I don't know, they're, like, trying to take a stand. Well, actually, in the same vein, like... Not Epic Games, but, like, Valve and Steam is kind of a monopoly in terms of what do you call it? Like, games, libraries? Like, where you store your games, where you buy them?
Like I guess it'd be like a platform, like a fulfillment platform.
Yeah, platform works. But, I mean, you could make the case that, like, Steam is, like, miles ahead the best, like, platform to use to buy your games. But, like, there's still Epic Games and, like, Origin and shit.
Yeah, but, like, it's kind of different, because, like, it may be a monopoly, but at the same time, like, it's not like Epic Games and and, like, Origin have a right to that business, in a way, like, because it's not like Steam is leveraging, like, because they're still keeping it consistent with the, industry standard. So, like, the game is $60 on console, it's $60 or less on Steam. Yeah. So that way it'll never get flagged, because they're not like, well, you can only buy it on PC here, so you have to pay $70. You know, like, they're not doing that, so, like, you can't really make the case, because they're like, basically what they're saying is, like, it's not our fault everyone uses us, like, we're just the best.
Yeah, you're right in that. I don't know, to me it's just very, like, wishy-washy in terms of, like, the logistics of it. Like,
because that's literally what it is. Like, I took a communications class, like, literally on this whole subject, and, like, like, we learn about monopolies and how they're, like, unconstitutional and should be broken up and everything like that, like, when we were in grade school and into middle school. But it never happens in modern day times, because we've figured, with parent companies and everything, like, that. It's just a workaround. Yeah. There's always a workaround.
Yeah, that's really all it is. Like, you can make the case for anything, but that, like you did for me, there's always, like, a counterpoint to it. Mm-hmm. And it's just kind of shitty, but, like, sadly it is what it is.
Yeah. You know, as long as I'm not negatively affected, I don't really give a shit who's the dominating like industry or dominating company. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, if I have to start buying iPhones because they're the best, like as long as I don't have to pay $1,000 for them, which is what you do have to pay right now for them,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I won't be mad.
I agree to an extent to that, but it's also like there's literally no room for any competition, like new startup competition, unless it's like founded by like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos.
That's not true. OnePlus is a phone company that started. I'm not sure when, but it got popular with like the gaming community and like the internet tech community about 5 or 6 years ago because they made a really good flagship quality phone for a fraction of the price, and that's how they got notarized. And now their phone prices have gone up to like be equivocal to like Androids and iPhones, but they started off by capitalizing on the fact that they were able to deliver performance and quality at a fraction of the price, and they used that as leverage to then build their company up to the point where they just they charge as much as other places. So like there is ways.
Yeah, no, like I know I don't disagree, but I'm saying like the percentage of you like that's I don't want to say that's 1 in a million, but it kind of is.
Well, I would then make the case that, like, well, if you're not delivering, like, hardware or product that's, you know, better than what else is out there, then, like, you don't have a right to business anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, when something is as backed as like Apple is, it's kind of hard to compete with that much money.
Yeah, but, so what? So they have to sacrifice their quality, and, like, Apple has to sacrifice their quality because you can't make yours good enough to match?
No, I'm just saying it's hard to compete. Like, it's almost impossible to compete, like, to get to that standard.
Of course, but that's just because, I mean, like, they're that good.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, like, it's hard for anyone to really, like, get in there. Like, you're not going to see another Amazon. Like, there'd be literally no point unless they, like, did something entirely new, but then that would be the new norm. Like, it's just kind of that cycle. At least in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree. No, that's fair.
But it's shitty. But I will tell you something that's not shitty. Fall Guys, dude, let me tell you.
All right, Dan.
Nah, come on. All right.
Let's hear it, bro. I'm excited because, like, you and like the majority of our friends have been in love with this. So
Fall Guys, new most popular game. It's $20 on Steam. I can't recommend it enough. It is so much fucking fun. It is literally like you remember the show Wipeout?
yes,
It's
I do.
it is literally that, but in like a battle royale. Like all you do is like complete obstacle courses or complete mini games, and it's just so much fucking fun. And I recommend everyone to go get it if you play any games or if you're interested at all. I highly recommend it. But that's like the new thing right now. But something cool they also did is they're pitting like brands and popular personnel against each other for who can get like a skin in the game. But the way they're doing it is through donations to charity. So yeah, so like it started out with just companies bidding like 10,000, 20,000, and I think the most recent bid was I think it was like Mr. Beast at like 300,000, and then a couple like esports organizations upped it to like 350,000. Now that's like of this like of the time we're recording, so I don't know what it'd be when this goes up, but I just like the incentive of that.
Okay, I mean, like, the game looks very fun. I'm looking at it on the trailers. Or not on the trailers. The trailers for it. I
Get the
have
fucking
to
game,
ask.
Bobby. Get the fucking game. Just kidding. You don't play enough games to where you
Alright.
make it worthwhile, I guess.
Yeah, why are you yelling at me, Dan? What the heck?
Because it's so much fun. I just want everyone to get in on it.
No, I understand. It definitely does look really fun. Do you think the game will last?
See, that's the whole thing. Is I think it will if they have the care into it, but based on how fucking popular it is, I feel like there's no way they wouldn't. Like this game popped off like a week ago, and the Twitter account is already at 1 million followers.
I mean, yeah, but like Apex popped off at first and then that died.
Yeah, because
But then it came back.
no, because Apex doesn't know how the fuck to update their game. They don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So like, so you're saying as long as they just do that, like that, they're good.
I mean, they can't compare the two. This one is literally just like add new courses that are fun and new cosmetics. Apex is you have to balance the guns. You have to introduce new characters.
You know that's true. I didn't really. You said battle royale, and I kind of just was like, oh yeah, they don't shoot at each other. Really, it is just obstacle courses.
The only mechanics in this game is you move, you jump, you dive, and then you can grab people. That's it.
That is enough though for a banger game.
That's all it's got to be. This game is so simple and so perfect. I'm so happy about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't I really can't hype this game up enough. Like it just does so well. And
Give it out of 10, bro.
Out of 10? I'm giving it 10. Straight up 10.
Straight up 10?
Straight up motherfucking 10.
That's impressive.
I mean, dude, you were in the call last night. I won a game. I literally popped off. I got up.
Yes.
I got up. I turned away from my mic, just started flexing. I was like, let's fucking go! I was amped, dude. It's so much fun. It's so satisfying. I literally... Fallout. Or, no, not Fallout. Fuck that game. Fall Guys. Unlimited Knockout. I know someone out there's listening and they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to get it. Hey, get the fucking game. Play with me. But it's actually crazy that there's people out there that hack in this game, and it's so fucking, like, you gotta be a real degenerate to do that. You're playing like a kid's game right now and you're hacking.
Yeah, you know, I'm not a big fan of like, well, okay. I kind of think hacking is cool to an extent. Like, I don't enjoy like doing it to ruin other people's fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I do find like being able to really explore the coding of a game to be interesting, like to see what you can manipulate and what you can change and like what could be the case but they don't want to be the case. Like I think that stuff is cool. Mm-hmm. To a degree, because like you said, like when someone hacks in that game, like they win, you don't, you could get knocked out strictly because they were the hacker that wasn't good enough to be ahead of you. Yeah. So like, you know, I can understand getting frustrated at that, but there's still that part of me that's like, but damn, man, like what did they figure out to be able to go that fast? You know, yeah. Like what cheat engine is this? Because the game's so new, so like I doubt there's a cheat engine that like would already be made for it. So like, does that mean that it simply is just editing the source files and then you get to just go as fast as you want, you know? Like, I find that interesting.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool. Like you were saying, like, when it's at other people's expense, I think it's bullshit, but like the good old days of like playing like GTA San Andreas and you'd put in like different cheat codes and you're driving like your Pikachu driving a car, like a piano, and every time you hit something it explodes. Like, that shit, so much fun. Like the fact that
my favorite thing about cheat codes is
what?
It's like people are like they acted like they were so like something to be kept down about, but like they didn't really make the connection. Like the devs put that in the game. Like that is something that they added. Like yeah. Like you don't have to like you're not hacking the game. You're just using cheats.
I feel like it's
kind of the same, but
I feel like they don't have that in games that much anymore.
No, they don't. It's kind of sad, actually. Like even like Lego games used to have like cheat codes.
Yeah, I mean, like Lego games used to have like you can have like max money in the game, or you could just like unlock a character by putting in the cheat code, and it's like it's not hurting anybody. It's fine.
Yeah, but like online games though, like where it does hurt people, like I still think it's cool, but at the same time, like you can't do it in like a ranked game or something like that, like where there's someone's stakes are at line. I don't know. Yeah. And like you also can't be surprised if you get found out and like banned, you know?
Well, that was because I was watching somebody stream it, and there was a hacker in their game, and like one of the devs was watching the stream and like just banned him.
Good.
Yeah, like it's cool that they keep up with that. And then you have games like Call of Duty Warzone where it's like people have been hacking for like 6 months and they're like, we just can't catch them. They're too quick. they're too elusive.
You know, I think that kind of goes back to how a game was made though. Like I'm sure like there's things that current like or modern day games and newer games that they have to like patch and account for into the games to like make it so people can't cheat. And I'm guessing Call of Duty is like, oh shit, we have to like really go back and rebuild something so people don't do this. So they're trying to be like, oh no, we just can't find them. But in reality, like, they couldn't do it in the first place if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, that'd have to be it. I don't know.
You'd think, right? Like, because like, I remember like Halo back in the day, hacking in that was just always hilarious. Because you'd be like, is that guy hacking? Like, because like aim lock and everything like that really didn't look as obvious on a console on 360, where like you could make the case that the guy probably just lagged and that's why he snapped around, you know?
Yeah, nowadays it's not the same. I mean, like, piggybacking off Halo, like Destiny 2 now has like a hacker issue, and some people like stream while they're hacking, and it's like, how do you think you're not going to get away with it? But it's so, like, you can tell based off like the movement that it's so robotic that it's like, it's easy to tell. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's interesting. But bottom line, get Fall Guys. They're not paying me, but I hope they would.
I feel that. This video was not sponsored by Fall Guys, but it is perfectly eligible to be.
Fall Guys, if you need me to do anything, I would do literally anything you need. I could be the dog. I could be the company dog, and I would do great there.
Well, speaking of the company dog, there was a stray dog who visited a car dealership every day in Brazil for a decent period of time. He just kind of hung out. Sometimes, like, people, staff at the car dealership would feed him, give him water. And then one night it was raining, and the owner saw the dog, and he invited him in for some food and water. And I guess he never really left that Hyundai dealership after that. The dog's name is Tuscan Prime, dude, which is fucking phenomenal. Yeah, that dude, dog...
That is such a fucking good name. Come on, man.
Tuscan Prime. Like,
I wish my parents named me that.
I am Tuscan Prime. Like, okay.
Actually, dude, honestly, sidebar real quick. I feel like if you add Prime at the end, you could name your dog like anything. If you add Prime at the end, it'd probably like amp the name up like 25%, no?
My dog just named a Skillet Prime. Yeah, it does. It literally does.
Well, actually, Skillet's not a bad dog name. I was going to roast you for it, but I'm like, nah, I could see a dog named Skillet.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, it's a band, but, like, I would name my dog after the band. I named my dog after Skillet, the Christian rock band.
Yes. Oh, yes, this is my Pomeranian, Pierce the Veil. Regardless, please, I'm sorry to cut you off.
This is my cat, Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh my god. Actually, wait a minute. Pause. If my cat was named Five Finger Death Punch, that is so good.
Could you imagine taking him to the vet and you know how they call the animal's name and not yours when they call you in?
Yes.
Like, could you imagine they go to read it and you just hear, Five Finger Death Punch?
You get up
and I just stand up with my cat in tow.
It'd be even better. No. It'd be even better if it was like a rabbit or like just like a kitten.
Just a parakeet.
Oh my god.
Or even better, just an iguana, just a rogue iguana.
But you put him on the floor and he like... Do you see how iguanas run?
They like scary.
Yeah, they like shift their whole body into it. Like, could you imagine?
It's scary. Dude, they're scary.
Like Five Finger Death Punch and just fucking waddles its way into the room.
For real. Right. My dad used to actually have an iguana back in the day, and like the way he described it is as if he just kept a ferocious beast as a pet that would like scratch and bite, and it would not be pleasurable. And I'm like, why did you keep him? And he's like, it was cool. And I'm like,
true.
That thing, like I saw a picture of it, Dan. It was like head to tail, like 4 feet or more. Like, I don't want a reptile like that scurrying around my house. Hell no.
Hell no. It's like when people get, like, big snakes. Couldn't be me, man. Just couldn't be me.
All right. So, sorry. All right,
sidebar
circling back to the Tuscan Prime, the pooch here that has landed his dream job. They brought him in, And I guess everyone kind of fell in love with him. So he kind of now has a job at this dealership as a greeter. It's very cute. They set him up with like a tie. He's got his own lanyard with a badge and everything. And it's honestly just fucking adorable. This dog has an Instagram page now. It's got, as of like last week, like 108,000 followers. And it's just super adorable. I really appreciate it. Like, I would do this. If I owned a business and a stray dog just kept coming back and he was chill, I'd be like, alright, dog. Like, guess you're business dog. Guess you're the business dog. I mean, you know, I would do that at my house. Like, I'm too much of a softie for strays.
Same. I mean,
like,
yeah, like
I'm kind of worried for when I get my own house and I don't have anyone to tell me I can't get that animal.
that's how I'm feeling too. I'm like, well, I have 7 dogs now. I mean, fuck, it's my bad.
Oh, damn. Wait, you're telling me that I have to buy a bigger bed so more dogs can fit? Damn.
Small price to
Damn.
pay. Well, I give
Small
my
price to pay for salvation.
I give my my bed to the dogs. I go sleep on the couch. Is what it is.
It is what it is. All I'm saying is if you break into my house, like, you're going to have 7 dogs and me to deal with. So, like, I don't even think, yeah, like, I got protection. What do you have?
True. You have a gun? Sorry. My dog's bulletproof.
They're all strapped up with Kevlar, so, sorry.
But I will say, like, could you imagine, like, being an owner and someone... Like, this is all hypothetical, but, like, if you were an owner and you had your stray dog like this and someone came in and they're like, oh, sorry, I don't like dogs. Would you be like, alright, we'll put the dog away? Or would you be like, well, you can get out?
Well, I mean, I would be like, alright, like, I'd be like, alright, Tuscan Prime, go chill out somewhere else. But I'd, like, dog's not going anywhere.
Yeah, like, if you think, like, you're more important than the dog, hey, newsflash,
I mean,
honey.
it's more like, it's one thing if they're like, hey, like, I'm afraid of dogs, would you mind? I'll be like, oh, he's actually super nice, but yeah, of course, like, alright,
Yeah.
dog, like, you want to go potty outside? Like, what's good?
Yeah, but if someone walked in there like, get that mutt away from me, I'd run up, right hook him, push him out the door.
I would be like, excuse me? Okay, first off, this dog is on payroll, okay?
Yeah.
So, he has any right to be here as I do.
Sorry,
So,
miss,
chill the hell out.
This dog's making more than you. Have a good one.
This dog is the branch manager.
Oh, God. Like,
The
corporate meetings, you're like, Tuscan Prime, what are sales this week? And he just, like, slaps a graph, and it's like, did it again, Tuscan.
You did it again, Tuscan. I love that.
I will say, I don't want to be a hater, but I will be for a second. I do not like when animals have Instagram accounts. I don't like it. All right, let me rephrase that. I don't like it when they talk as if the dog is typing the message or like any of the animals typing the message.
I wish I could agree with that. I think there's a Twitter account called like Thoughts of Dog, and it's so cute and heartwarming. It's like human came home today from work. Seems very stressful, or it seemed like he had a stressful day. I'm gonna go put my head on his lap. Like, just cute little shit like that. Because, like, I don't know, as dog or as pet owners, like, I already kind of, like, I give my pets a personality in my own head, and I speak for them to a certain degree. I know that sounds crazy, but, like, I feel like every pet owner does that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, when I read those tweets, though, and I'm like, oh, other people do that too, but then I think, like, it's some really heartwarming stuff. Like all the ones that kind of get me a little teary-eyed is always, like, the dog that's just, like expressing like unconditional like love, like, and everything like that. I don't know. It gets me sometimes, but if they're like if they're baby talking for their doggo or anything, like, I hate that.
I'm not trying to, like, if somebody likes, I'm not trying to put him down. It's just like me personally.
No, you're trying to kill me. You're literally he's on his way to kill me now over this.
I'm only trying to put Robert down. Everyone else listening, it's fine, but I really don't want Robert to be happy these days. Try my best to keep him down. Gets too happy, might have a good life. We don't need that. Regardless. I don't know. It's just like, there's something about it that just kind of triggers me. Like, if someone's happy with it, that's fine. But when it's like you said, like when they do the cutesy shit and they have like a bulldog, it's like, it's not. It's not working.
Like your dog is cute in a way that it's a dog and it's soft and everything, but at the same time, it's ugly.
Yeah.
Acknowledge that.
Jeez. Because like there's a couple animal accounts I follow. One of them is it's a cat named Bronson, and it's literally like it's his owners doing like a weight loss program for the cat because the cat was like 32 pounds.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard it, or you might have told me about this.
Yeah, so like I'll do that because I'm genuinely curious how the cat is. But I don't know.
Oh God,
It's
like
even
I always.
weirder. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say it's even weirder when like parents do it for their kids. I've seen that. That one's the main one for me where I'm like,
I
fuck out.
I don't do social media accounts for your kids, and I don't do social media accounts for you guys as a couple, like relationship
Couple
accounts.
Oh, that's too try hard,
No,
man.
no, that's just weird. Like I always found that weird. What I was gonna say though on the subject of fat cats, like that was my least favorite internet trend. Is like they would share pictures of their fat dogs and fat cats, and like people would be like, "Oh, so cute, so fluffy. Oh, look at the chonker, look at the chunk."
The chonker,
And,
yeah.
and I'm like, bro, that thing's unhealthy. That's gonna die at 8 years old.
Yeah.
Like that's not healthy.
No, yeah, like sure it's cute, but like I'd rather my cat live longer.
Exactly.
Could just be me.
Yeah, like I don't know about you, but like I'm not trying to speed up this little bastard's death. Like you know, sometimes I threaten to kick him down the flight of stairs because he doesn't go quick enough.
Oh, that's how I feel about Kiki. Holy fuck, that
Dude.
cat.
Mike, Gotham just like he likes to sit at the top of the stairs and just like give my shoes a sniff test. But like I'm trying to go downstairs and I can't like step over him because I'm going downstairs and I'm not trying to fucking die. So like eventually it's just me like moderately shoving him away with my foot, but also scooping him up at the same time because I don't want him to get depressed about it.
Yeah, dude.
But like at the same time, I'm gonna punt him.
True. Dude, I remember when I lived at home, there was one time like late at night, I was getting up to go downstairs to like get a drink, and my cat was like I couldn't see him because he's a black cat in the middle of the night, and I like he's just standing on the step and I tripped over him and like just fell all the way down the stairs, and he was just sitting there like, how'd that happen? Just looking at me. So like I just ran up the stairs and like grabbed him, but like the way I like punish my cat is just by like cuddling him.
Oh, of course.
Like I just hug him, and then when he's like put me down, I'm like, oh no, this is timeout. You did this.
You've brought this upon yourself. Were you not aware of what you did just then?
Yeah, like I could have died, and it would have been on you. And this is the punishment. This is the least of your worries.
Yeah,
Regardless,
I feel that.
shout out Tuscan Prime. Fucking sick ass
I kind of
dog.
just. Yeah, okay. And the last story that I wanted to talk about this week for myself was the Kenyan elephant population has actually doubled over the last 30 years.
You love to see it.
And that was really heartwarming to me because I think there was an event that marked something called like World Elephant Day or whatever, and it was a big like I guess push to really tame they say tame poaching, I guess, not stop poaching, because like I guess they acknowledge that like it's gonna be done.
It's hard to
But
stop.
it seems like the Kenyan military is involved with their wildlife service to try and preserve these elephants and like keep them like growing. They're even like starting to like like they're thinking about possibly like tracking elephants to a certain degree as well, to not only track their migration patterns but like also like as like countermeasures to like to poaching. To kind of it's interesting. I don't know, I'm kind of happy about it. It's nice seeing elephant populations growing, especially the Kenyan elephants, because they're on like the smaller side in terms of like how big elephants can get. They're very cute.
Yeah, I like the little thumbnail they have. I mean, it's kind of like I don't know. Elephants in general, or like anything that's like on the verge of being an endangered species, it just baffles me that there's people that are like, yeah, let's just get rid of them. Let's just fucking kill them.
Actually, there's interesting psychology into big game hunting.
Is there?
Yeah, it's very primal, I guess.
I guess that makes sense.
It's like a weird because like humans implicitly think we're at the top of the food chain because technically we are.
Yeah.
But when we're sized up against creatures that we know we're smarter than, however, are bigger in size and ferocity and potential damage without a weapon, we have the like innate want to like assert dominance needlessly. And then it goes even farther into like when you bring that into like hunting and people that like hunting, it's like when they start off at like rabbits or deer or whatever, and then they go for something bigger like elk or moose, and then like maybe they go for bears, maybe they start poaching, you know what I mean? Like it just keeps ramping up and up because these people are like very primal in their urges, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was always interesting.
It's interesting. It just sounds more like insecure than anything. Like
Well,
in the grand
that's for
scheme of
big
things.
game hunting, and obviously there's poaching for like people just want the fucking the
Ivory?
tusks for certain things. Yeah, the ivory, because like wasn't there one that was like one of the kinds of elephants, like the ivory or their tusks were like an aphrodisiac or something like that?
Yeah.
Something crazy.
I mean, I know that. I don't say I know, but like I've heard that ivory sells for like a fuck ton, so that's why a lot of poachers do it. But I mean, I don't know. Even then, it's just odd to me. But couldn't be us, you know.
Couldn't be us.
But regardless, it is cool though. I don't know. I love hearing things of like species that are kind of like were struggling to like stay alive, like kind of flourish. Especially elephants, dude. Elephants are great animals. Super fucking smart too.
Well, they are. They're very smart. They're adorable. I've talked about them and their reaction to humans on this show a couple times.
Yeah.
Love them. They're so adorable. Also, I can't remember the last time I've been close to one. I think the last time I saw one in real life was when I was at the circus, and that made me so depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cause like in the first couple of years of my life, like I love Cirque du Soleil, like I loved all the lights and shit. But then like I made the mistake of going early one time, and you got to like just see the animals up close. And it was like so depressing. I remember I saw like all these scars on one of the elephant's legs, and I was just like, "Ma, I gotta go. Like, can we go, please?" Like, and she's like, well, "No, we still have to see the show." And I was like, "Yeah, but can we wait outside? Like, I don't want to see the animals." And like that was so perplexing because like I'm a child, and she's like, "But big animals." And I'm like, "Yeah, but like I don't want to see this white tiger in a cage. I don't know what it's doing to me, but like I don't like it."
Yeah. No, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, I guess it's like same with like animals in zoos and aquariums, but I don't know. Because especially like with zoos and aquariums, you hear like a lot of like mixed, like a mixed bag of emotions towards them. Like obviously, yeah, obviously like there's like fucked up things, but there's a lot of like, oh, they're preserved here and their population is flourishing and shit of that nature. But you know how it is.
Yeah, there's some cases where they're not bad. Like some aquariums are pretty good. Like I think the Boston Aquarium's pretty good.
Yeah.
About theirs. There's also animals that I just don't agree with being in captivity. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I will say last thing I want to talk about, I touched on last time, just very briefly. I finished that 6-hour Caretaker album, and let me tell you, I shouldn't have listened to it. I shouldn't have listened to it.
Yeah? So you're telling me I shouldn't take psychedelics and listen to it?
Dude, if you want to, I will. I'll experience it again on a different plane, but holy fuck, it was such a journey, man. Because, like, you know, it started out peaceful ballroom music, it was good, and then you get to the second stage, it's, you know, still ballroom music, it's kind of nice, but you can tell that's, like, starting to change a bit. Stage 3, not really ballroom music anymore, just kind of sound. Stage 4, don't know what the fuck's going on. Then you get to stage 5, it's very dark, very depressing, and then you get to stage 6. The last 5 minutes of stage 6 is so fucking haunting, but in such like a well done way. I don't know how better to describe it. It's so interesting.
I'll have to give it a listen.
I wouldn't, to be quite honest with you.
I mean, I kind of like those things, though. Like, music always shakes me in a way that I enjoy.
I know. I just wouldn't listen to it if you're in not a good mental state.
Okay,
That
I
is,
see.
yeah, that's my only warning. If you are, like, depressed, don't fucking do it. Like, if you're feeling
Oh boy.
you're feeling good that day, like, hey, give it a try. But oh my god, I finished. I felt like I was drowning. I felt like,
That's intense.
yeah, I felt super scared.
Oh, Jesus.
It was good though.
Well, that's good.
It was very well.
That's
done.
good. I'm good. I'm glad that drowning experience was good for you.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I would just say, like, you listen to it and then you give your feedback.
Understood.
But, anyways, you can wrap it up if you'd like.
All right, folks. That has been the Frying Pan Podcast, episode 93, actually. Thank you for tuning in, as always. We're on social media. The handle for both of those is the Frying Pan Pod. And you're listening to us on every social media, or every music listening platform there is, besides SoundCloud, because no one likes SoundCloud. I don't like SoundCloud. You don't like SoundCloud. If you do like SoundCloud, you're lying to yourself. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your day, folks. And for the last time, this has been the Frying Pan Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been Rob D'Onofrio, and that's been Daniel Sear. Have a good one.
Okay, bye guys. Take care.